Hi there, hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about 5 of the most underrated, most affordable basketball shoes out there. As usual, we'll try to focus on the newer releases, so these are definitely all available and shouldn't be hard to find. Another way to look at it is if you have a budget of $100 in USD, let's say, what can you get for under $100? What are some of the best options right now? These 5 that I picked today, I think they have great value for their prices and deserve more love based on my experience playing in them. Of course, I would always suggest that you shop around your local outlets, Nike clearance stores, any other retailers that might have good deals. Because we all see different discounts, I'll let you do the digging. But please feel free to share with us the best sales that you found or which pairs you bought recently in the comments. As an honorable mention maybe, this shoe goes for exactly $100, but 3 things. 1, there's an additional pro insole that you can purchase at $15. So technically that makes it $115 because I think you gotta get it with the insoles. They're really nice. 2, I've heard from some of you that their shipping costs are nasty. Well, depending on where you are, obviously. 3, after getting a few different colorways and using them quite a lot, sometimes I find the shoe to be a little bit too flat. So I'm referring to the Rigorer AR3, third signature shoe of Austin Reeves, who I think should 100% be an all-star this season if he wasn't injured. Anyways, traction is amazing here on both the translucent and solid rubber also. You stay very low to the ground. Core feel is the highlight. It should be wide enough for the majority of people, but it's just flat, man. Little to no arch. Cushion can be slightly underwhelming, especially for heavy players. Another honorable mention would be the Adidas Dame X. Yeah, I've talked about this quite a lot. I've been a strong advocate of it. Retail price went down from $120 to $90. Very cozy and comfortable. Much softer than the Dame 9 in a good way. Pretty well padded. Just remember to go half size down. I think it's realistic to find it at the $50 to $70 price range after a discount. Starting off the list, I have the AG6 from 361 Degrees. This is the newest signature shoe of Aaron Gordon that just came out. And they also lowered the retail price down to $99 on their official site. The previous model went for $129, so $30 cheaper with even better cushioning and bounciness. Sounds pretty delicious. Right? They put a new tag on this model, their Sea Flow midsole. You get a foamy effect with a very responsive feeling. That foam has a lot of thickness to it, absorbs impact really well too. My biggest disappointment with the AG6 is the traction performance against dust, because this also is just a dust magnet. Hard to wipe off, kinda inconsistent from time to time. There's a small heel slippage concern. Not a perfect shoe, but given the bouncy setup, for $99 plus some possible markdowns later down the road, I think these guys would be a great pickup. The design of the AG6 resembles a lot of shoes from other brands. Curry 12, Hyperdunk 2017, Trae Young 3, Air Jordan 13, Reebok Question Mid maybe. Next up, a very budget-friendly option that I would strongly recommend. That is the Nike Precision 8. $80, pretty much the cheapest basketball shoe from Nike at the moment. I've had mine for a while now, just did the video on it. Basically, my summary is this is not a shoe that will impress you in any way in the very beginning, when you first try them out in store, for example. But playing in these, everything feels fantastic. The upper is sturdy this time, more supportive than the previous Precision models. You get a somewhat plush feeling after break-in, in the heel especially. Traction and dust pickup, believe it or not, even this clear translucent also does better compared to the AG6. Simple and effective. A mini Giannis Freak 7, I like to call it. But the Precision 8 is much lighter and more flexible than the Freak 7. It's also very easy to use. This entire series has been very underrated, in my opinion. Well, it is already popular in many places, but for the best options under $100, this is one that immediately comes to mind as of right now. Precision 7, you can aim for half price now that the 8 is out. Overall, I think the 8 is a better performer. So great budget shoe. Staying in the Nike clearance store, from Jordan brand, I think the Luka 77 is a nice, affordable pick. I bought my second pair for, I think, $49. There is a new version of it that just released. Should be very similar. At least I don't see any notable changes, but I could be wrong. This is the takedown model of the Luka Doncic series. Keywords here, durability, lockdown. First off, you can use these outdoors. I don't see a problem with it also holding up over time. Compared to the main Luka models, you might not think this is that important, but it's tighter, meaning that it feels more secure on feet. Luka 3 and 4, I even chose the size down to get that snug one-to-one fit. But the Luka 77 runs true to size. Jumping around running up and down the court, this won't be too loose. Lightweight and grippy, a very nice budget option at $100, $105. That's the full retail price. I'm sure you can find some discounts, partly because the second version has been released. Significantly lighter and more breathable than their new Luka 5 as well, even though cushion doesn't match up to it. So you can look for these in the discount racks. They deserve more attention, I think. Okay, now arguably the best performer out of the 5 that I'm suggesting today, this is also a super lightweight shoe, Flash 2 from wait. The design language really speaks for itself. You have the big lightning strikes across the side panel, low top guard shoe. Traction is excellent, really grippy on most types of indoor courts. It is their tough RB also, so good for outdoor use, yes. Playing in these, you'll feel really fast because there's no extra weight anywhere on the shoe. Minimal feeling for sure. More importantly, cushion is upgraded from the Son of Flash and the first weight Flash. This is now a full-length boom midsole. Delicious. Downside, this upper might be a little bit too thin. While you maximize breathability and flexibility, it does have a cheap and flimsy feeling to it, especially the tongue. Again, I'm not worried about the outsole durability, but the upper durability could be a concern if you were to grind in these outdoors under rough conditions. $119 on waveway.com, but my discount code gets you $15 off now. So that brings it down to $104. We can squeeze it into the budget category. I'd also take this over their Shadow 7, better ventilation than their Dilo 1. So the Flash 2 is my value pick from Waveway. Last but not least, I want to make sure I include one that works well for bigs. LeBron Witness 9. Underrated because you tend to think about the main LeBrons first. But then the LeBron 23 just absolutely sucks. Affordable, yes. Technically just over the $100 mark, but I'm sure we'll eventually see these on sale because the previous model, LeBron Witness 8, has been flooding the Nike outlets and clearance stores. So many different colorways to choose from. And speaking of colorways, I think they killed it with all these different color combinations on the Witness 9. Very clean, very tanky. This sort of feels like the Book 1 in a sense. Rifle friendly, not a cheap standard mesh upper. The support features are decent. What differentiates this from most other budget shoes on the market is the stability. Also, its ability to hold up well for bigger players. Full length React X midsole. Cushion is sufficient. Impact protection is quite nice. Honestly, in some other budget shoes, you can feel like you're landing on a flat piece of cardboard. But this is not a thin midsole. A lot more of a comfortable ride versus the LeBron 23. So I take the Witness 9 over the 23 any day of the week. Alright, so those are the 5 affordable and underrated hoop shoes that I suggest to you at this moment. For any of these, they don't cost too much. The shoes are nice and functional. Further discounts can be expected. There might not be any hype to it, but if you prioritize maximizing the value for the price you pay, take a look at these options. Out of the 5 that we talked about today, if I had to rank them again, Flash 2, Precision 8. These two will probably be my number 1 and number 2. Love these. Not much to complain about with them. As always, let us know your picks in this category down below. What are some budget-friendly options that work really well for you? Do you agree or disagree with my takes on these 5? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.